So it's been a pretty slow movie month, right? I've been watching Ahsoka, and that's been pretty cool. Can't wait to see how it wraps up. Maybe I'll drop a review after it's over. Gen V comes out next week. I'm definitely gonna check that out. The Creator comes out next week. Definitely gonna check that out and try to have some reviews for you guys for that. But I just watched Expendables 4 and wasn't half bad. Or is it that it was only half bad? This is my review. To say anything about this new movie, I had to start at the beginning. They started this franchise off with a bang in the first entry. I loved that movie. It was big, dumb fun, exactly what I look for in an action movie. It played on nostalgia too, with the stars of a lot of the big blockbuster movies of the 90s and early 2000s all coming together for one big beast of a movie. Iconic names like Sylvester Stallone, Mickey Rourke, Jason Statham, Jet Li. The second movie doubled down and included even more familiar faces. It included some of the big omissions from the first movie. Jean-Claude Van Damme, Chuck Norris, and other people got their time to shine. I remember not liking the third one as much, but it had even more action greats like Harrison Ford, Antonio Banderas, Wesley Snipes. All the movies peppered in familiar faces too. It could be people from combat sports backgrounds that haven't had a chance to be in a ton of movies just yet. I remember Stone Cold Steve Austin was in one of them and Ronda Rousey too. But we're here today to talk about this new fourth entry in the franchise, and it follows that same formula for the most part. We get Stallone and Statham back, Dolph Lundgren, and even more action legends for another round of mayhem and explosions. Scott Weill lends his talents to the director's chair. The only movie from him that I've ever seen before this one was Need for Speed, and I did like that one. There's a lot of good stuff happening here, and most of it involves the action. It feels like almost every type of action was covered. You get gunfights, knife fights, martial arts, bombs, rockets, grenades. You got lots of crazy vehicles, tanks, choppers, motorcycles, anything you can imagine is all in this movie. If you're into action like me, there's gotta be something here that you could enjoy. Think about it like this. These characters were basically superheroes, but without the powers. But they kind of had powers, but not really, if you know what I mean. Anything that you'd see a character like Captain America doing in a Marvel movie, I feel like someone in this movie somewhere did most of those kinds of things. And they really let you see all the guns and knives and weapons. I'm sure anybody that's a weapons enthusiast would get a kick out of this movie. And then there were some great new additions to the cast that I didn't realize were going to be in this movie. You get Tony Jaa from the Ong Bak movies, who's just great at hand-to-hand martial arts, combat, and doing his own stunts a la Jackie Chan, and Ike Uwais from the Raid movies. And if you've seen those, you know he's really the real deal. I didn't even know they were going to be in this. I feel like they both kind of brought some street cred to this movie, and I really enjoyed the martial arts choreography from both of them. And Ike Uwais was a great villain. And I guess 50 Cent was all right here. I didn't expect too much from him, and I really enjoyed all the returning cast members too. All these things led the movie, for me at least, to be watchable at least, but at the most, it was pretty entertaining. My least favorite thing about the movie was the ending. I won't spoil that for you here, but my eyes rolled super hard when a pretty predictable twist happens in the third act. I felt like it undid the one really big swing they took earlier in the movie, and I was kind of ready to go as soon as it happened. I wasn't a big fan of the way it was shot either. I'm not sure, but I think it might have been 60 frames per second because it had that soap opera effect. That kind of hyper real feeling throughout. I couldn't put my finger on it at first, but it really kind of took me out of the movie when I was trying to figure out, why I wasn't really digging the visuals. And I was able to get past it eventually, but I wish they would have maybe just shot at a regular 24 frames per second. And add to that, there was some really heavy handed use of the volume or green screen. I think the volume is great sometimes. It was used really well in the movie The Batman and the show The Mandalorian. Here it felt like they just used it to make excessively large sets that might have been out of their budget possible for them, and effects and things make those possible for them. And you'd think they would mix some practical effects in with the volume to make things more believable, but in this movie the actors kind of just seemed like they weren't really in the environments that they were showing us. Some of the acting wasn't the best here either, even though I don't really hold that against this movie. It's not what I came to this movie for. Statham and Uwais did a great job, but that's kind of where it stops as far as performances go. There was tons of marvelous quippiness in this movie that I didn't really feel like was needed. And the story here was paper thin too. They kind of got right to it with the action sequences, and any of the story beats that happened in between those was really just to string you along to the next action scene. None of it was too interesting. So don't go see this movie if you're looking for Oscar bait. Maybe check it out if you've seen the other entries in the franchise and enjoyed those, or if you're just into action movies like me. If you haven't seen the other Expendables movies, then you might have a better time watching those first because they are pretty superior to this one. The only way I'd be excited for more of these is if they just revamp the roster and maybe get a better director. I'd also be cool with it if this was the last Expendables movie. So let me know what you thought of this movie. Should they make more of these? Drop your thoughts in the comments. So like this video if you're enjoying my content. I post to TikTok and to YouTube, so follow or subscribe wherever you like to watch movies, and I'll catch you on the next one.